Like, how do you guys separate in that direct response marketing field from all these different kind of sets that are out there?
Yeah, I think so. So that's a really great question, and I certainly respect all the solutions in the space. I'm sure they're doing great work for merchants. I think there's a few core differentiators about us that our merchants really like to appreciate. The first one is, we think like a Silicon Valley company, meaning, even though I'm the founder, kind of CEO, it's not, this business doesn't exist to be like my own personal piggy bank. I report to a board. We've raised venture dollars. We actually just recently completed terms for our extended Series A. So we did Series A back in August. 100% of our revenues goes back to product and merchant experience. So that's the first thing. Like, if you check in with me every quarter, and I hope this is the case, our product changes dramatically on a quarter to quarter basis because everything our merchants pay us and a lot more than that, we kind of operate just under break even, to kind of be financially efficient and disciplined. But we bring up all the revenues and then some back to the product merchant experience. That's the first piece, and I think that's unique in this direct response space for most of the players in this space, if not all of them. The company exists to enrich the co-founders, essentially, if that makes sense. So that's a big difference. We care about merchant feedback. We're always trying to improve our product. It always gets better. The second one is that, we recently come from direct response. So, my co-founder Trevor comes from high risk payments. My co-founder Raul was always the marketing funnel hacking mind. I was a DTC merchant very recently. So we have a strong sense of the pain points people experience in this space. We've lived it from first principles, the bad, the ugly, and we really have a passion to solve it. And when merchants talk to us, they know that we understand their universe. We understand their lives. And then I think the third one is we really only want to make money from our merchants if we provide value. So our go-to-market strategy is to white glove a free A/B test against any other competitor out there. And we want the merchant to make more money at the end of that test or not work with Phoenix at all. And I think, those three things have kind of been big differentiators for our business and why we've been
Yeah.
growing so fast.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the reinvestment. I mean, you guys are always leveling up in some way, shape, or form. I think I've been connected with Trevor for a couple of years now, and I think when he first introduced Phoenix to me, it was, a year and a half or so back now. Time flies, man. It
Yeah.
feels like it was like a month ago, but it's not.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, where you guys were then and where you're at today, it's like night and day. I mean, the staffing has gone up tremendously. You guys have kind of pivoted, and we're kind of doing payments to a degree. Now it's kind of moving really focused on the software and really just the overall aesthetics and making sure that you have kind of that white glove kind of technical first kind of mindset. Now, in looking at that, obviously merchants are looking at, different evaluations and customer experiences are key, right? And I think that's been a big difference in what I've been seeing kind of from a top-down view as a consultant, right? And I always give my customers options. I'm like, hey, here are kind of like the main ones that we have seen from my merchant portfolio, but they have to make the decision.